With dozens of paddles on the market, here are 10 reasons to choose Finis paddles for your team or for your personal training. Reason 1. The fulcrum paddle comes in 5 different sizes and are color-coded by size. This makes life easy for the coach when organizing and distributing equipment. Reason 2. Fulcrum paddles can be worn on either hand. This is a huge time saver for coaches and for swimmers trying to change equipment in the middle of a tough set. Reason 3. The Finis size chart takes the guesswork out of choosing the right size paddle. The small red paddles are for swimmers 120 pounds or less. Yellow paddles are for swimmers in the 120 to 150 pound range. White paddles are the 140 to 180 pound range. Black paddles are for swimmers 150 pounds or more. And the big blue paddles are for swimmers 180 pounds and up. Reason 4. Fulcrum paddles have the same shape no matter what size you buy. This is important because to get the most benefit from a poling program, it's best to use 2 or even 3 sizes of paddles. Here's why. Paddles cause your arms to move more slowly, but they require the muscles to exert more force. And the larger the paddle, the higher the forces you'll exert. This is how paddles help build strength and power. But paddles build strength and power for slower movements. To use this new strength and power, you need to transfer it to faster movements. Using 2 or 3 sizes of paddles can do this. Do most of your pulling with a large paddle to generate high forces and build strength. But at least twice a week, or toward the end of each pulling session, switch to the smaller paddle to practice faster movements. If you're preparing for a competition, increase the percentage of time you spend with smaller paddles as you approach your taper period. Reason 5. The fulcrum paddles are safe on your shoulders. The unique wrist cutout shifts the center of force closer to the wrist joint, which reduces stress to the forearm and shoulder. Reason 6. The wrist cutout also allows you to swim at a higher turnover rate than with most other paddles. This is important for competitive swimmers who need to develop strength and turnover rate. Reason 7. The unique shape of the fulcrum paddle lets your hand enter the water at a steeper angle. This encourages an immediate catch and a nice high elbow as you initiate the pull. Reason 8. The broad, flat shape of the fulcrum paddle encourages you to spread the hand and fingers in a natural way. But what you don't want is to grip the sides of the paddles, like this. When using any paddle, you'll develop more power by holding the fingers and hand in a flat, natural way. Reason 9. The holes in the fulcrum paddle give you several options for locating the latex tubing. For example, when the latex tube is close to the front edge, the paddle will exert less pressure on the fingertips and more stress on the forearm muscle. You can choose to wear the tubing over your wrist for a secure fit, or you can choose not to use the tubing in the holes near the wrist. This demands that you be more precise with your hand entry and that you finish each pull with a clean, precise hand exit. You can even use the fulcrum paddles without any straps at all. Going strapless is a great way to improve your ability to hold onto the water in breaststroke. And finally, reason 10. Another great way to improve your feel for the water is to use the Finis sculling finger paddles. These small paddles, which come both an adult and junior version, are worn just over the fingers. The sculling finger paddles create resistance in the water and will help strengthen your forearms for a better catch in every stroke. They also awaken the nerve endings in your hand muscles and finger joints. These nerve endings are what provide information to your central nervous system. The more you can awaken these nerve endings, the better feel you'll have for the water and the more efficient your hand movements will be. By developing smart hands, you'll be able to feel a high elbow position in freestyle. You'll be able to feel how to connect with the water on your in-sweep and breaststroke. and you'll develop a more efficient application of force in all 4 strokes.